Hi children. Brahmo Samaj was highly influential among people of Bengal. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who founded Brahmo Samaj, he used every instrument to reach people. He was a very wise gentleman who planned the future of Bengal. As days passed on, the message of Brahma Samaj started spreading all over the country. The success of its activities too impressed lot of youth all over the nation. That's why we see a number of such organizations propping up in Maharashtra, in the south, in north, Punjab, different areas. And some of these we are studying in detail. One of these was Prarthana Samaj in Mumbai. Prarthana Samaj. It was started by Dr. Atma Ram Panduranga, a noted reformer. He wanted to find answers and solutions for most of the problems that the women folk of the country were facing. Adi Samaj too worked in that direction. Prarthana Samaj too strived hard. What does that word mean, Prarthana? Prarthana is prayer, an association that believed in true prayer to the Almighty. To pray to the Almighty, you have to look within. You have to look into yourself. You have to correct yourselves. You have to walk in the right direction. On the right path, you should tread. He wanted to uplift the lower caste. Uplift the lower caste. Give them education. Improve their lot. This prayer group of Prarthana Samaj wanted reinterpretation of Hinduism. Hinduism had great essence within, but it was shrouded by superstitions, traditions, illogic conclusions. So, these things had to be rectified. So, purification was required. So, Dr. Atma Ram Panduranga wanted reinterpretation of Hinduism in the light of modern Western thinking. Look at the words, modern, Western. In the West, they had started reasoning. They were looking to each and every aspect of human behavior, our customs, traditions. Wherever it was full of superstitions, they used to set them aside and set a new path for the society to progress. Prarthana Samaj wished that reformation should be the need of the hour. Reformation should be the need of the hour. It should be implemented too. Discussions, debates, everywhere. Programs like education of women, rehabilitation of poor people, scrapping the caste system. These were all undertaken by the Prarthana Samaj. Many dignitaries going through the various aspects of Prarthana Samaj, its constitution, how it was growing into an association of rightful people, They all joined. It started swelling. Lots of members entered in. Of them, Mahadeva Govinda Ranade. He was justice. He was a judge. He joins Prarthana Samaj. That came as a shot in the arm for Prarthana Samaj. He was a great thinker. He was a true reformer. So Mahadeva Govinda Ranade entering in and shouldering many of the aspects of Prarthana Samaj from the viewpoint of reformation was a big change. The scope of Prarthana Samaj started extending into various areas of human life. It was all possible because of the hard work put in by Mahadeva Govinda Ranade, or in short we call M.G. Ranade. Ranade attempted to reject the idea of child marriages. He was a judge himself. He believed in human rights. Child marriages he rejected. Discrimination of widows in this society. He arranged for their remarriage, getting them settled in life. He believed that legal intervention is required in seeing that the process of reformation gets faster. You have to find legal remedies too. There should be some fear, correction, fear. He wanted to dictate to a certain extent. Wherever legal provisions were required, they were made to get set in to set the things right. So widow remarriages, child marriages were stopped, widow marriages were encouraged, and M.G. Ranade advocated taking the help of the British government too in legislating. Why should they be left? Maybe they are the colonizers. But still, if we take their help too in reviving our social life, improving the lot of the people, then it may pay good dividends, he thought. So Prarthana Samaj played a vital role in injecting a new spirit into the Indian society. So Satya Shodhak Samaj, it worked on at its own pace in Maharashtra. On the other hand, Prarthana Samaj, that added to the strength of Satya Shodhak Samaj. Ultimately, all these believed in one single goal, reviving the Indian society, making it absolutely strong. So Phule couple too, they did their best. Adding to all these, there was a big revolution from the north. We saw east, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Derozio, Maharashtra, Dayanand Saraswati, Gujarat. In Maharashtrian, that section, we had Satya Shodhak Samaj of Jyotiba Phule and his wife, Mahadeva Govinda Ranade, Dr. Atmaram Panduranga. Did the north keep quiet? No. In Uttar Pradesh, we have a great Muslim leader springing into action. If you look into his life and the way he set things of sorts into the right path, he has left his own regimen in the Indian history. He is none other than Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. He is known for his Aligarh movement. All his efforts Together, we call it as the Aligarh movement. So this was another great movement during the end of the 19th century. Especially the Muslim community needed the right direction, right guidelines to be put, and there was a lacuna. Mughals had ruled India, and Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, many people may not know, he had the genetic descendancy of the Mughals. He belongs to the Mughal dynasty. So he was born out of that inheritance. It has to be kept in mind. Maybe that leadership was in his genes itself. He wanted to do a lot for the Indian society, the Muslim society. He started Mohammedan literary society to educate people, to guide them. He was able to get the support of the Muslims for one main reason, that the Muslims were slowly moving away from the British. The main reason was the first independence struggle of 1857. 1857, the British called it Sepoy Mutiny. For we Indians, it's the proud first independence struggle. In that struggle, the Muslims suffered. Muslims fought against the British. Ultimately, we were not able to get much from that. The British came out victorious at the end. No doubt, lot of changes took place in our social and political life from there onwards. It did not remain the same after the first independence struggle in 1857, and the British, who were supporting the Muslims who were supporting the British till then, they started swaying away. They started developing mistrust in the British government. So that helped Sir Syed Ahmed Khan in building up his Aligarh movement. He started literary society. They wanted to make Muslims literate. Till then they were showing interest in English. But somehow lots of Muslims said, we won't learn English. It's a foreign language. Why should we learn the language of the British? They are foreign to this land. They are from Europe. By learning English, we will be supporting them. So that was one of the reasons why Muslims started getting away from English, whereas the Hindu community from within, they developed a feeling that they should learn English. By learning English, we will be able to tackle the British. Unless we know the language of the British, how can we fight them out? We should be able to argue, debate, discuss, get into their centers of power. That's how the Hindus started thinking, Raja Ram Mohan Roy and like people. But Sir Syed Ahmed Khan was not like that. Syed Ahmed Khan said, you learn English. By learning English, we will be able to fight and reach our goal. We will be able to fight the British. We will succeed. So the upper and middle class youth in India, in the Muslim community, were encouraged to learn English. Otherwise, they were switching over to Urdu. Let us see some of the key aspects here. If we go by this chart, Aligarh movement was led by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. A very key point to be remembered. Aligarh movement. If you find it anywhere in the question paper, immediately you should say Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Today we have Aligarh University. Aligarh University. It is a development of that movement. That movement then, he had started Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College in Aligarh. The same college, its nomenclature has changed. It has developed into an university now. Today it is Aligarh University. It was all made possible because of the Aligarh movement taken over by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. We will come to the second point. What was the goal? This Aligarh movement provided religious education along with Western education in order to create a modern society. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan wanted Muslims to get modernized. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan was keenly observing the development of the various organizations, socio-religious organizations in the Hindu society, and he was feeling, I should do something to my society. Muslims have to get modernized. He was a great champion of the modernity to be brought into the Muslim society. He supported the Aligarh movement, supported the female literacy. Just as among Hindus, in Muslims too, women remained indoors. They had to come out, they had to attend schools, the colleges, they had to become literate. Sir Syed Ahmed, he had a great vision. And he worked in that direction. He worked for female literacy. We'll come to the next. He condemned polygamy. Very recently we know triple talaq was removed, was banned, has been banned by the parliament. Now when you study this, you come to know it was there from a long time. From a long time. Many of the Mughal kings, they had jananas. 5, 6, 7 or more than that. They used to have many wives in their jananas. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, he opposed polygamy. What is polygamy? Having more than one wife. From the viewpoint of modernity, modernization of civilization, this was a great drawback, a hindrance for the society to progress forth. As the women get put into a lot of problem, pain, their aspirations, they do not get any importance or encouragement as such. They will not be able to play a vital role in the society. It encouraged widow remarriage. If husband dies, wife should have a right to remarry. The family should be able to get the widow remarried. We'll go to the next. Sir Syed Ahmed Khan said, one has to interpret one's religion according to the changing times. What a great message, you see. We should not stick on to whatever had been our past without getting into the realities. You may have a great past, but reason it out, look into it, analyze it, find what's required, what's not required. What's to be changed has to be changed. Society grows and develops provided there is change. Change in the right direction. Superstitions you have to leave aside. Old traditions which do not have any meaning, give them up. Nature has given us brain, the ability to think. We should modernize. Change should become the need of the hour. So tradition, you see here, changes have to occur, he says. We have to undergo change. Change for the better. It's not just change for the sake of change. Change for the better. If it's going to improve the society, go for it. He fought against traditions. Old traditions that did not have any meaning. Superstitions, blind beliefs, illogic thinking, ignorance. You think education is not required? Why should it? My grandfather did not study anything, father did not study, why should I go to school? This is ignorance, total ignorance. Yes, they had not gone. I should go, I should get educated, I should become literate, I should become wise, I should be able to change. He opposed then irrationalities. What is rational and what is irrational? Lots of things are irrational in this society. They do not make any meaning. Irrational. If a cat crosses the road, you say, oh, I will not be able to get anything done today. The cat has crossed. Maybe that cat was in pursuit of a mouse which had ran earlier. It was hunting. Say it is a total irrational thinking. How can the two get linked? Your travel, your move to your job site, job place, and cat crossing the road. Even today we see many vehicle owners, drivers, they stop the vehicle, get down the vehicle for a few seconds, then again sit. I ask those drivers, what is this tamasha? It's foolhardy. It's foolhardy. We have not undergone any rational growth. We don't use our brain at all. Okay, I give you one example as to what is irrationality. So lots of such things are there in our life. We should be able to set them aside. He opposed the parda system for Muslim women. Not only Muslims, in Rajasthanis too observed parda movement. So there was a movement against parda system. Why should they remain behind parda? They should come out. They should be able to play a vital role in reforming the society. That's what Sir Syed Ahmed Khan advocated. He called for educating Muslim girls. Muslim girls need to be educated. Men and women, everyone has to get educated. He strived hard for Hindu-Muslim unity. That's the vision he had. Hindus and Muslims should live in unison with perfect understanding. We are children of the same Almighty, same God. We should not have misunderstanding or mistrust about each other. We are building a nation. We all should join hands. And that mission will definitely attain a fruitful viewpoint and reach the goal. So Hindu-Muslim unity. He established Anglo-Oriental College in Aligarh. I told you. He established Anglo-Oriental College. This institution became the Aligarh Muslim University later. Today we have Aligarh Muslim University. His socio-religious movement, what he undertook, is known as the Aligarh movement. The Aligarh movement. He tried a lot to bring about unity among Hindus, Muslims, Parsis, Christians, and all different religions as such. He wanted the whole humanity to stand together and keep up the pace of growth and progress. Thank you.